thing in the car for you. I'll bring it back.
What is it?
It's an award. It's called the Trainer's Award.
Is it?
You know that trainer. You know that thing that's on my picture, that plaque thing.
A Trainer's Award?
Yeah. Remember the little plaque thing on the floor on that my picture? Where I'm standing, where I'm posing, and I've got my trophy and the little plaque on the floor. I was bringing that over for you.
That's right. A Trainer's Award.
Yeah. He turned around and said, when he announced it, he turned around and said, who is your personal trainer? I said, I haven't got a personal trainer, I am my own personal trainer, but I've got a nutritionist. I said, so I'd like to award that to him.
Ah, fucking great. That's awesome.
Boss.
I'm really happy about that.
Yeah, it's in the car now.
So you're awarding me one of your trophies?
Yeah.
Good lad. So I'll give an introduction to you guys out there. This is Steve Bate, one of my good clients. Basically, let me get my little notes out and see what I had to say about you. I made his little notes later.
Oh, did you? Here we go. Let's see what's got to be said.
You know, you can't cut the camera off and not be natural, can you?
Yeah.
Right, so yeah, I've known you for ages anyway, and then basically you kind of came to me with problems during your prep, with 4 or 5 weeks left till the show, was it?
Yeah, it was 4 weeks, wasn't it?
4 weeks. So within about 10 minutes of chatting, realised you were eating 500 grams of protein or close to, almost no carbs, almost no fats, and lifting. What your training was great because you were already a personal trainer, but that side of it was completely displaced. So from that point, I realised your willpower was like absolutely massive to be able to get where you were on 500 carbs and 500 protein and no carbs was just awesome. So at that point, you had no energy, brain fog, we'd call it.
Yeah, because the amount of lacking of fats inside the diet.
Carbs as well.
Yeah. King of carbs.
Yeah, it felt like shit basically.
Yeah.
Is what you were. And what we would call stringy. So you got like a full look and a stringy look. You were really, really stringy, very lean, but not vascular at all. If you have a little look at the picture now, you'll see that basically you look great. Your abs would come in really tight, but you were almost ready, but not. So then I kind of built trust up in telling you about the evidence of why you needed carbohydrates, backed it up with the reason of why you don't need so much protein and that you need 1 gram of protein per pound of lean body mass. I'll put a piece of evidence in the description so you guys can see it. And basically, at that point, you kind of won my trust. I'd won your trust in terms of allowing you to eat that many carbs. Now, unfortunately, you didn't know how to use my fitness pal, so I had to give you a meal plan. Because I hate giving meal plans. Anybody that knows me knows I hate meal plans. Won't do it. But in the circumstances, I had to do you a meal plan. So we looked at what foods you liked, made a meal plan, and you ended up having Greek yogurt, and you nearly cried on Skype when he was talking about eating Greek yogurt. Yes! I can't believe your face when I just wanted to give you Greek yogurt, and you were like, can I eat that?
The highlight of my life.
Yeah. Loads of porridge, loads of rice and other stuff. And then we changed it to 450 carbs, 220 protein. So we completely switched it. So basically, at that point, you ended up looking like this. And as you can see, the difference between your abs and your obliques, and you've got vascularity, and then what happened? You could probably talk about this bit if you wanted to. I had a few notes about what you told me about your energy, your motivation, and your lifts were up. Your muscles were bigger,
Yeah, fuller, longer. Well, the energy on more at all sides of going to work, as we all know, we've all got to go to work and lead that lifestyle also, just to surpass the whole day.
Yeah.
Whole energy wise on the lifestyle was a lot better. To go to the gym, a lot more motivated. Just the whole sense of everything with the whole carbohydrates just made me feel a lot better, because even for a long period of time I always was thought to believe from my level of education with inside nutrition, not as high as Chris's, but it was more so the time of get the calories inside, yeah. Whereas if you lack on carbohydrates, implement more protein. But obviously it seemed not to be that way. Less carbs, smaller muscles, seems sense.
So to put it into perspective, it's kind of bigger. If you think that your muscles store a lot of carbs with water. So effectively, when you eat more carbs, your muscles become bigger, like a balloon, which means that effectively your muscles were bigger.
Yes.
And then you got more energy to actually make the muscle bigger and create more muscle. So within that 4 weeks, you ended up keeping the same weight, but the amount of muscle you have was just absolutely ridiculous. So then what happened is, he goes and wins the show. There's a little picture of him winning the show. And gets some trophies, and apparently I've got a
trainer's award too.
A trainer's award. I'm quite happy about that. All the way from Australia.
Yeah.
Okay.
Awarded by the INBA of WA.
Okay, yeah, we'll link these guys in the description box.
Nice.
Yeah. We've got people coming in and out.
Sorry.
Yeah, so I'm quite happy about that.
Good.
Yeah. We've not enough time to really talk about reverse dieting or metabolic recovery, but that's kind of a big part of it. And he's currently learning how to use my fitness planner and go through that. So that's the next stages. So he can learn how to track his food and slowly bring your food up. What's your plans for the future?
I think the plans are basically go back to Western Australia. As like when I first spoke to Chris, it was more about I was there travelling, but my point of all and sense of it was to go to a different country and show them what people who are even on working holiday visas can still achieve. So my point of as a personal trainer was, doesn't matter what situation you're in, if you put your mind to it, you can do it. You can achieve anything you want to.
Exactly.
Which they've proven a point with.
You should mention as well how many hours you're working per day as well. During the whole prep.
I was working from at least 8 to 12 hours. I was up doing all as a whole thing as well. People always say, oh well, people live with families and got people to help them. I'm therefore on my own, living in a house on my own, prepping everything myself, going to work, as most people do anyway. So most people will know how hard it actually is.
Yeah. So something I should always add is don't take the numbers Steve is eating as your numbers. Everything is very individual.
Yeah, everyone is individual. Like all the government guidelines say, men should eat X, Y, and Z, maybe 2,500 calories. It's all wrong. Whatever the government put out there is just basic guidelines. It's nothing specific, but the government make you try and believe that it's something.
Exactly. Yeah. We'll leave it there, shall we?
Yeah.
Awesome. So we'll delete this a little bit out, and then if you want to talk about is what you say to somebody in your position. Maybe get a coach or something like that.
Yeah.
So
see, look, I've also been like referring people to.
Ask the question first.
Yeah, I've also been doing that.
So I'll go. So I'm going to start it right now. I'm going to cut this bit out and then start again. So I'll go. So if you're going to give advice to anyone who was in your situation, which was prepping, even as a personal trainer, what advice would you give?
I have actually recently give to a friend who is a personal trainer, still in the UK, to give Chris a call, email, drop him a line, because he specifically likes to target Thai boxing, so mixed martial arts, and he also is competing within the what's the exercise routine called? did he do the weights? Can't even think of it.
CrossFit.
CrossFit, yeah, that's the one. Sorry. Yeah, he's doing CrossFit competitions, but he himself finds
The nutrition side of it.
yes, where like I come and struggle across to it, not to that advanced level of education, whereas obviously you're learning.
So the key of obviously we do macro tracking for the clients is it's very specific to the sport. So if you want specific results out of your body, it allows you to fine tune exactly what you need for the sport or for whatever. That's really good about it.
Comes into sports nutrition, I so.
Yeah, it's good. And obviously we've also got under the Empowered by Lifting umbrella, we've got a lot of coaches who do the same as me. So we've actually got a coach who's quite highly knowledgeable in CrossFit, so perhaps we'll push him onto him.
Yes.
But depending on what.
Yeah, like I say, I've referred him to Chris to obviously get that more understanding because he is eager. But within a personal trainer's role like myself, it's also good to have that backing, just so that you don't steer away from any goals that you do have. Because, as like myself was doing, you listen, you do more review, do more education, try and see what's better. But different paths come along all the time. But you need that someone to keep you on track also all the time, which is a good benefit for me.
Well, wish you luck for the future, and hopefully you can get you back on stage again soon.
Yeah, in the next year.